We're now going to briefly review the trolley problem and the argument and the fat man problem. But let's get started with the trolley problem. Okay, we have the trolley traveling down the tracks at 60 miles an hour. Remember, we want to make sure we get all the morally relevant details in. That's what the brakes have failed. Straight ahead, you're headed on a track where 5 people who can't get out of the way. No way they can get out of the way. You know this. You're assuming that this is true. The trolley driver can turn to another track. However, that track has one person who will not be able to get away. And the question is, what's the morally right thing for the trolley driver to do and why? Okay. So that is the problem. Now, let's turn to what the opinions are. The majority opinion in this case is that it's a moral claim that summarizes their position. It is that the morally right thing to do is to turn the trolley. And I think among the best reasons that I've heard given for taking that position is that it's right to sacrifice the life of one person to save 5 people. It's right to sacrifice one person to save 5 people. Okay, and now what we can do is we can look at what the minority opinion, right? Usually the majority certainly in the class at Harvard, and usually in most of my classes, the majority opinion is that the right thing to do is to turn the trolley. But there are certain people who don't think that's right. They have a different position. That is according to them, the position that they should be taking, the moral position is that the right thing to do is to not turn the trolley. That is, don't turn it, or the wrong thing to do is to turn the trolley. And the reason, or probably the best reason that I've heard, and remember, I don't think the fate one really works very well, but that it's not morally right to take the life of an innocent person. That is, the person on that other track, if you turn it, you're taking his life, and it's not right to do that. Okay, and what I've asked everybody to do is to sit down and reconstruct the arguments for turning and not turning the trolley, throwing the fat man off the bridge and not throwing the fat man off the bridge. Let me just back up. We haven't considered the positions that we have, but remember what the positions are. If we go back to the fat man example, there's only one track. Trolley's going down the track. It's coming under a bridge. On the other side of the bridge where it can't see anything, there is a very heavy man. There are 5 workers on the tracks, and you're on top of the bridge. Now you're a bystander. You're not driving, but you can push the fat man off the bridge, stop the train from going, because see, that's how large the man is. You know it's not going to hit anybody else. And the question is, what is the right thing to do? And again, majority opinion in this case, different than the last one. The majority opinion is that we should not throw the fat man off the bridge and let 5 people die. And the reason is the fat man is innocent, or the people who support that position, and a minority of people, especially the majority of people who were the majority in the first example, usually switch their position and they say they don't think it's right to throw the fat man off the bridge. So I've asked you to create the 4 arguments that we have in this case, because we're using this as a method for inquiry, for finding out how to solve this philosophical problem. And we're going to go down this and see where we are. So I'm now going to turn to looking at the reconstructed arguments.